Been hearing a lot lately about power gamers, munchkins, min maxers, and whether or not they ruin the hobby. So let's go over the various so-called bad player types. Munchkin. Munchkin is a player who plays in an aggressively competitive manner. Yes, these people out of all these are the only ones, in my personal opinion, that can be seriously disruptive to the game. I personally DM'd a campaign that lasted about 12 years, which had 2 Munchkins in it. Actually, they were a combination of Munchkin / Power Gamers. And they could make things a bit rough at times. You need to just rein them in, make sure they're sticking to the rules and the concept of the game, and if their character gets destroyed or killed because of what they chose to do, well, that's their own problem. Now, as far as the min-maxer is someone who attempts to understand the nuances of the game in order to tweak their character to be highly optimized, usually for a single task such as combat. Now, these guys I have absolutely no problem with. If somebody around my table wants to make a character up that is all he can do is swing a damn sword, well, that's his right, and he's going to be seriously weak at everything else. So he's going to have to rely on the rest of the party for everything besides swinging that sword. And in my personal opinion, well, that just kind of reinforces the camaraderie around the table. And when it comes to the min-maxers, you have some people that min-max for combat. You have some people that min-max for, let's say, charisma. You got a bard in the party, and he min-maxes his charisma and all of his social skills, and he can barely fight. Well, again, that's his choice. When it comes to a fight, he's going to be seriously lacking, and he's going to have to rely on that warrior that min-maxed their combat abilities. It just, to me, reinforces the whole group game camaraderie thing. Now, the power gamer. A power gamer is a style of interacting with games with the aim of maximizing progress towards a specific goal, to the exclusion of other considerations such as storytelling or camaraderie. Now, a power gamer can be a problem if they are a munchkin as well, if they're literally competing with the rest of the party. However, I have gamed with some really good power gamers, and basically they started their characters out with a goal, like let's say they wanted to be king of some area, or they wanted to be the greatest swordsman in the world, or they wanted to be the most powerful archmage in the world. That is power gaming. And I really don't see anything wrong with that either, as long as they roleplay their characters properly, and they stick to the rules of the game, and they don't become munchkins. And I think that is the biggest problem when it comes to everybody thinking about min-maxers, power gamers, optimizers, etc., is they think that all these individuals are also munchkins. And a min-maxer is not necessarily a munchkin. A power gamer is not necessarily a munchkin. I think out of all these, the munchkin is the only one that I would say is actually bad or disruptive to the game. The other guys can be good or bad, depending on their other attributes. Also, I heard some other individuals speaking about how, well, if the min-max are so good at combat, he goes in combat and the other party members feel like they're doing nothing, or etc., etc. Well, it just kind of boils down to, in my opinion, it's the DM's job to try his best or her best to make sure that there are encounters that play to the strengths and weaknesses of every player around the table. If the DM is doing his or her job, then a min-maxer or a power gamer will cause absolutely no problem for the game. The only one out of these three, like I said before, that will cause any trouble is the Munchkin, because a Munchkin pretty much, forgive my language, is a dick. So that is my 2 cents on the subject. Please give me your comments and tell me how much you think I suck or how much you agree with me. I hope everybody has a very great day.